Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
And we welcome you to the CRN Sports Network for senior night here at Clayton High School. It is Jeff Adams Gymnasium, Wesley Outland along with Raleigh Firebirds basketball player Kenny Collins, and we are set for the coverage of the JV boy men's coverage here on this Tuesday afternoon. Coming up will be the varsity action, but the JV coverage is up first. And, Kenny, we've got a great matchup. And as we see number 4 put in the basket, that's Eric Pierce putting in for 2. This is the stepping stone to make it to that varsity level, to go to college, to go to the pros, or play for the Raleigh Firebirds like yourself. Welcome aboard.
Right, good to be here, Wesley. Good to be here with you. Yeah, JV basketball, man, this is where it starts. You see a lot of young talent. You see a lot of guys that are got a lot of potential. Another basket there. By number 5, Derek Murray.
Yeah, Derek Murray puts it in for 2 points, so a good job there for the Comets early in the going. So we've seen Eric Pierce put in some points. We've seen Derek Fletcher. I'm sorry, not Murray. I think it's Fletcher. He's put in some points for Clayton. So right now it is a 4-0 game. We've already got a timeout here. This is senior night. This is the final home game of the 2019-20 basketball season, and we are delighted on the CRN Sports Network to cover Everson Simmons and the JV boy Comets. They are 15-3 on the year. They are 7-1 in the Greater News 3A Conference, and they're looking really good here as we are underway for less than 40 seconds in the opening period. Tell of the tape, the Spartans are the away team. They're wearing dark blue on gold numbers to match on trim, and the home squad is the Clayton Comets, white with blue stripes and black with black numbers on their blue numbers on their jerseys. And we got a push and a foul called here, and it's still 4-0, 7:03 in the first period.
Yeah, it's early. Triple S, they already called an early timeout. That was surprising to see. Coach obviously did not like something on the side.
Or a timeout already called, and we got a foul against the Comets, and that is Ari Nunley. First foul called on him, as it's still 4-0 right now here in the early going. There you go. Got to bring it just a little bit closer. There we go. 4-0 here in the early going. A steal by the Comets, taking it away from the Spartans, and it's number 11-3, and that is Eric Nunley to Hugh Collins, and they'll set each other up here at the baseline, led by number 5 of Derek Fletcher. Please forgive the calling numbers to names. Our only broadcast this year covering JV basketball, so we got to get the jersey numbers right like we do with the varsity and, of course, with the Raleigh Firebirds as well. As there goes Fletcher. Fletcher goes inside looking there as Collins is under the basket, and they'll pull it out of play. So in the opening period here, 6:25, and still the Comets are up 4-0. Putting it back in bounds is going to be Collins. Collins sets it up to Pierce, back to Sewell. Looking inside, and still on a takeaway by the Spartans, led by Jamari Griffin. Griffin will steal the ball, hands it off at the midcourt at Jaquan Watson. Watson's on defense with number 5 of Fletcher for the Comets, and a big man there. Number 23 with the ball there was Will Kilpatrick. Under the basket goes number 20, Alejandro Rubio, and he'll put it in for 2, Kenny, and we have now a 4-2 game in the early going.
Yeah, good to see Triple S get on the board right there.
15-3, a quick 3 attempt there made. With his own rebounds, number 5, Derek Fletcher, after deflected by one of the Spartan players. I'll be joined by Bruce Barrett on the varsity coverage here in just a little bit, as I just saw Kenny Collins in the stands and said, "Hey man, come join me on the broadcast." And you see what it's really all about. By the way, speaking of the Raleigh Firebirds, we traveled to Albany, New York to take on the defending champions of the TBL, the Albany Patrons, on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern in the Empire State of New York. And then we traveled to New Jersey on Saturday night against the Tri-State Admirals. Coverage on CRN Sports, the official flagship network of the Raleigh Firebirds. Airtime 7 p.m. Eastern both nights. Whistle and a foul as number 3, Hugh Collins, was going to the basket. And a basket does not count, but we do have a foul. And a foul on number 11 of Nunley. And that will be his second foul. Second foul on Nunley. So 2 team fouls of the Comets here in the first period. none on the Spartans. And we're going to see now number 3 of Sean Taylor, Kenny, go to the free throw line. And you know how you got to know your free throw shots. Am I correct?
Got to. It's literally repetition.
Got to know your free throw shots. Sub coming in for the Comets as Nunley has 2 fouls. He'll come out real quickly. Shamal Powell steps in now for the Comets, number 10. As number 3 back at the free throw line is Sean Taylor. He will nail his first one and miss his first, makes his second. So it's a 4-3 game. Comets are up by 1. Deflection off the ball. They play titter-tatter with it for a minute. Number 3, Sean Taylor, gets the steal back for the Spartans. And now the Comets will get it back, led by number 2. And that is Darian Sewell. And Sewell throws it deep to number 5 of Fletcher, deflects it, and goes out of bounds.
Could have been a good pass right there. He was open.
Putting it back in bounds will be the Spartans. Number 30, Jamari Griffin. 4:54 here in the opening period of play on CRN Sports Network. I'm joined by Kenny Collins, one of the players of the Raleigh Firebirds. And again, watching this game here, whistle and a foul. Basket counts, and they're going to pull away by 1 in this lead.
Yep, Triple S just took the lead.
Number 20, Quinlan Sims, will go to the line, and he will shoot basket and 1. And so we have a whistle and a foul. A 5-4 lead now. Subs are coming in, including number 12 of Brian Harris for the Comets. A 5-4 game in the opening go. Again, the Spartans ready to play here. They're 7-1. The Comets are in the conference, 15-3 on the year. And again, a move made here by the Comets, shooting for 3. And he nails a 3, and we have just lost the scoreboard. Something has happened to the scoreboard on the right side of the court. Left side of the court is still active. 5-4 is the score currently right now, but we have lost power on one side of the scoreboards. Number 23, DeAndre O'Neal with the ball, setting it up now. It's a 1-point lead for the Spartans here. A long pass to Jamari Griffin, and Jamari Griffin will set it back in bounds now to number 2 of Jaquan Watson. Looking inside, throws it deep off the key. A shot for 3 off the rim. No good. Attempt made by DeAndre O'Neal, and Kenny, they'll put it back to the Comets in possession. And number 12, that's going to be Brian Harris. He'll put it in for 2 in the layup.
Brian Harris gets in the game, scores a bucket quick.
So 9-5. The Comets are now up by 4 here. 3:40 remaining in the opening period of play. This is senior night, the final home game of the year for the Clayton Comets. And Kenny, as we see number 20, Sims put in the basket. What better rival than against the Triple S Spartans, the battle of the bypasses, we call it.
Right, this rivalry's been way longer than I've been alive, so I can only tell a little bit of the story. But when I went to Clayton my freshman year, it was a huge rivalry.
Yes, sir. Same as here. As we look inside now, number 5, that's going to be Fletcher trying to power his way to the basket, sets it up now to Collins, and there's a whistle and a foul. I think we're going to call it a turnover, and they're going to turn the ball over and give it to the Triple S Spartans. 3:09 remaining in the opening period of play. This is JV men's basketball on the CRN Sports Network, part of our senior night final home game of the regular season. They have one more game on the road on Thursday against the West Johnston Wildcats. That will wrap up the season in the Greater News 3A Conference, as we just saw number 30 power his way to the basket, Jamari Griffin, and we now tied it all 9. And then we prepare for the Greater News 3A Conference Championship, and then the run for the varsity men and women in the state championships of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association in the 3A program. Number 2, Darian Sewell puts it in. They're back up by 2.
Back and forth game here now. Just getting speeds tipping up.
Back and forth game. Number 4 with a shot off the rim. It's no good. Comets on the rebound, led by number 12, Brian Harris. Harris powers his way back up court. Looking now for Powell. Powell sets up now and finds Fletcher. Fletcher now to the top of the key to Sewell. Now he finds his other way to the end of the baseline to find number 10, and that's going to be Powell. And this sounds like a law firm as Fletcher now gets into the mix. And now throw in Collins. All 5 players somehow, one way or the other, have touched the ball for the Comets. Putting it in off the rim, no good. Number 2, Darian Sewell, and we got a whistle and a foul. Foul on number 12, Brian Harris for the Comets, and that will be his second. Fourth team foul. 2 minutes remaining here in the opening period of play. And we got a ball game here in Clayton.
We sure do.
Still in the opening go. Jaquan Watson sets it up, looks inside, trying to find Quinlan Sims. Sims is there. Powers his way to the basket, looking for Sims, and a number 3 off the rim, no good, and a takeaway. A tip made by Griffin, but he loses it. Comets ball. Final 90 seconds of play here in the opening period is right now it's 11-9, a 2-point lead. Looking inside, big man, Will Kilpatrick looking for 3. Sets it up to number 5, Fletcher from downtown, and a field goal, and they're up by 5 now in the end of the first period.
Nice job right there by Will Kilpatrick getting in the lane and then kicking out for the 3.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining here in the first period of play. Right now it's 14-9. As it's number 30-23. That's O'Neal back to Griffin, and they're going to go for it. A tip to make the basket. No good. Rebound comes back to the Comets with 1 minute remaining in the first period. 33, Kilpatrick powering his way. Sets it up now back to Fletcher. Fletcher for 3 off the rim, and it's no good. Take away. Give it back to the Spartans, and they come back up court at midcourt again. Under a minute to play now. 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Griffin. And under the basket goes Kilpatrick. He'll put in for 2, the big man for the Spartans. And now they cut the lead by 3. Attempt made shot by the Comets here, going for the basket. Another one made by Brian Harris. 16-11. So as fast as the deficit was closing by Triple S, Clayton shuts the door. And a steal away by the Comets again, led by number 10 and into our broadcast position. Into the boards, Shamal Powell loses the ball. And we have a whistle and a out-of-bounds play. It will be the Comets ball. Number 3 of Hugh Collins will put it back inbounds with 15 seconds remaining in the first period, Kenny.
Yes, sir. The little bro right here in front of us, freshman at Clayton. That's actually why I'm at the game right now. But, yeah, he's got some potential. He can shoot the ball a little bit.
Hugh Collins, your brother, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Final 5 seconds ticking down. So brother Hugh Collins, and here sets it off to number 12, Harris in the basket. It is good, and that's the first period of play. It is right now 18-11, 7-point lead. This is Comets JV basketball from senior night on the CRN Sports Network. Period 2 coming up after radio timeout.
Looking for a life insurance company that specializes in what you actually need? Protection. Call Danny today with Symmetry Financial. Danny is certified in all 50 states, which means Symmetry Financial is not limited and has over 30 companies to choose from. Symmetry Financial has proved time and time again their options and pricing is just better than the rest. Give Danny a call today at 828-994-1681 to see how Symmetry Financial can make life simple.
Coming soon, the new wave of hydration and energy drink HIQ. This new product is all natural with no caffeine and gives you a major boost of hydration and energy. No twitching effect or crashing like the old energy drinks. You can visit our website at www.liquidhiq.com or Twitter at HiQ2015 to learn more about this amazing energy drink. What is your level?
Live your life and just let go. If you try, then you will know.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
Second period action ready to go here on the CRN Sports Network. Wesley Outland, Kenny Collins back here with you. Period number 2 ready to wrap up the first half of play. 18-11, a 7-point game. Number 23, DeAndre O'Neal with the basket for the Spartans under pressure. Led by now 33 of Griffin. Griffin powers his way to the basket. Number 20, Quinlan Sims finds the rim. He'll put it in, and the Comets now are leading by 5. 18-13, a 5-point lead here. Clayton back on offense. It's Fletcher. Fletcher goes back to Kilpatrick. Looking inside now to Powell. Powell sets it up to brother. Whoa, Collins for 3. How about that, Kenny?
Hopefully you say that a lot more this season.
How about that? 21-3, an 8-point lead now in the opening first half of play. We're in second period action as brother Collins and Kenny just nailed a 3-point shot. 7 minutes remaining, and we got number 5. Keep it